What's up? It's Susie from Hey Grill Hey, and we are kicking off the morning right with beautiful homemade biscuits and gravy, buttermilk. Oh, that's actually Todd's favorite. I don't know if you heard him hoop from the background, but we are very excited. So let's get started. Yay! Now you have to come in and eat them at the end. That's what you just did. You made yourself a character in the show. We're starting with our biscuits, and you can do these in the oven. We're doing them in the pellet smoker. You want about 400 to 450 degrees. I really like a nice puffy brown kind of crispy biscuit, so high temperature is the way to go. I've got 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and a teaspoon each of baking soda and salt. Give that a quick whisk. Then it's time to add in our butter. Now this is a very almost cheater version of a Southern style buttermilk biscuit. I feel like they come together so quickly. And when I'm doing biscuits and gravy for breakfast, I kind of want easy. And this is how we get it done. So 3/4 of a cup of frozen butter. I'm going to grate my butter on my cheese grater so I get these nice little butter strands that get mixed into my dry flour. And it creates these really lovely steam-filled pockets in the biscuit. I always leave the last little bit of butter. That way I don't cut my fingers on my grater, but I'm also gonna use that to butter my skillet later. Super simple. Our frozen curly butter flakes go into our flour mixture. We're just gonna toss this because we want each of those little butter curls to be coated in flour so that they don't clump up. Biscuits are kind of a handmade recipe, and I love them. Next goes in 1 3/4 cups of buttermilk. You can mix this with a rubber spatula. My hands are already dirty. You just want to mix lightly until a pretty loose dough forms. We're gonna go onto our workstation and fold a couple of times. Little flour down, and then turn out the biscuit dough. I told you this is my easy version of homemade biscuits. I do have one on the website that's a little bit more involved, that has the butter folding and the whole 9 yards. So if you're really into super duper flaky biscuits where you're investing a good amount of time, I'll link that recipe in the video description for you. But when I'm doing biscuits and gravy, I can tell you, we usually do them for breakfast, so I just want it to be fast and easy. This is definitely that. Work my dough into kind of a rectangle, and I usually give it a fold, and then I'll press and fold it out probably 3 or 4 more times, just like that. All right, we'll call that my last fold. Pat the biscuits into about a 12-inch round, and then I'll go in with my biscuit cutter. Dunk your biscuit cutter in a little bit of flour. This will help them raise more evenly. Then cut out your individual beautiful biscuits. Now remember how we set aside this tablespoon of butter? Use that to rub the inside of your cast iron skillet to get a nice coating of butter on the bottom of your skillet. I managed to get 10 biscuits in there. I do have a little bit of leftover biscuit dough. You can save that and make a couple extra loose biscuits, or we've even fried this up and done quick little bow nuts is what we call it. It's a great little piece of pastry. If you even want to freeze it and use it for next time, that totally works great too. But these are ready to go into our preheated smoker. It's about there. I'm looking for around 425, and the biscuits usually bake for about 12 to 15 minutes. All right, well, the biscuits are baking. We need to prep our gravy for the top. So in another 12-inch cast iron skillet, brown up a pound of your favorite ground pork sausage. You can use breakfast sausage here. The sage sausage is really yummy. The maple sausage is good if you like a little bit of sweetness, but my favorite is kind of the spicy version of the ground pork sausage. I think it's so delicious in a gravy. Once your sausage is nice and brown, add in 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Let that melt down and add in 5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You wanna mix this around, kind of make a little bit of a roux, make sure that all of your sausage is coated in that flour. Next, we stir in 3 cups of whole milk. You really wanna scrape the bottom of your cast iron skillet here. Pick up all those yummy, delicious browned bits of sausage and buttery flour. Allow the gravy to come up to a boil. This will let it thicken perfectly. Turn off the heat and add in a little bit of my beef rub seasoning, or you can use salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. You can just season here to taste. Gravy is done. biscuits. Look beautiful. Now, optional step, but one of my favorites is I'm actually gonna brush the tops of my biscuits with a little bit of melted butter. Because we got butter underneath, butter on the inside. You should probably have a little bit of butter on top, right? Now it's time to serve up our biscuits and gravy. You can serve them whole. My favorite way is to split them open and take advantage of all those beautiful, fluffy layers that we folded and baked into our buttery biscuits. You can do this individual, but you heard Todd hoop and holler at the very beginning of the video. I got a whole crew that is very excited about breakfast this morning. So we're going family style. We're just gonna layer the tops of those beautiful biscuits with that rich and creamy homemade sausage gravy. Now, one of the benefits of being the cook is that you get first taste before the hordes descend. Perfect golden brown biscuit, creamy country gravy with sausage. That is a hearty breakfast made with a whole lot of love. I'm already going in for bite two. Oh my gosh. Oh my bite. Dude. Easy, flaky, buttery biscuits. Slightly spicy, but absolutely rich, luscious, velvety sausage gravy.
Dude.
That's a meal right there.
I thought I hated biscuits and gravy as a kid because someone made biscuits with Bisquick mix and then made the packaged gravy. It was all runny, and I was like, I hate this. But
We don't hate this.
I've had them.
Oh my gosh. You've got to give my version of biscuits and gravy a try. I think it's even better because we're cooking it on the smoker outside. Did I almost just stab you with a fork?
It's fine.
I get really excited when I talk about food I love. All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Oh, so good.